Welcome to Wholesome Living. I'm your host, James Carrao. We continue with our series on purpose. Life without purpose is perhaps not worth living. It's a tragedy in itself. And we focus on motivation because purpose is about three things. It's about the reason of our existence. It's about the cause we live for and what motivates us in our lives. What drives you? What motivates us to do what we do? Have you ever wondered what motivated Christ to choose the disciples, the 12 disciples? In one of the scriptures, the disciples are described as ordinary, unschooled people. Perhaps if you had to choose a team to pray with you or to work with you, those are not the kind of people who would choose to be on your team. But Christ chose ordinary folks. Why? Could he have looked at the motivation of these people? And generally, there are three things that motivate us. Because motivation determines whether you actually live a wholesome life or you feel shortchanged in your life. We need to examine our motivation. And there are three things that motivate us. One, self-interest. It's about yourself. Secondly, social interest, other people. And thirdly, spiritual interest. It's about God. It's about your Creator. Let's look at each of them because each of them are okay. It's how we look at them in terms of motivation. Self-interest is key because for you to live a wholesome living, you must provide for your interest. You must provide for yourself. You need to love yourself. It's about self-love. But however, if it is not well guarded, it can go beyond the boundaries. And it will no longer be about self-love, it will be about selfish. It's Robert Greene who talks about the laws of human nature. And he says that every one of us, there's one of the laws that Robert Greene talks about is the law of narcissism. That there is narcissistic tendency in each and every one of us. And narcissism is okay unless it is on the extreme negative side. There's a positive side of narcissism which borders on self-love, self-care, some good measure of self-interest, some godly self-interest. However, if you go to the extreme negative side of narcissism, you become selfish. You start pursuing your selfish interest at the expense of the interest of other people. You become selfish. You become narcissistic. And therefore, we need to tailor our self-interest up to self-love, within the boundaries of self-love. Because beyond the boundaries of self-love, it's no longer self-love, it becomes being selfish, where you want to do things at the expense of other people. And that's why, so we need to know, yes, I'm providing for myself, but is a healthy self-interest or unhealthy self-interest? It's Pareto who came up with the Pareto's law of what you'd say is good for promotion of welfare of people. And you'd say, according to Pareto's law, everything is good until, as you pursue your self-interest, you compromise on the interest of other people. Let's look at the other one, social interest. Social interest is very, very important. It has to do now, what motivates you is not just about you, but about other people. You are concerned about the welfare of other people. It's Zig Ziglar who said that you can get what you want in life as long as you help people get what they want. There's a sense in which when you are motivated by the interest of other people, you live a more joyful, a happier life, as opposed to if you are confined to self-interest. Actually, it is in making people happy that you actually get happiness. If you just focus happiness from just yourself, you don't get maximum happiness. It is when you now just don't live for ourselves, but live for other people. We are interested in the welfare of other people, that we are much happier and we live a more wholesome life than if we are just focused on ourselves. People who are self-centered are very frustrated people because life is in living with other people, in celebrating with other people. Someone says that we are only human to the extent we are relating with other people. What makes us human is because we have other people. I like the Ubuntu philosophy that I am because we are. I am because we are. And therefore, the way to be happy is to make someone happy by being motivated by social interest. That's how we get social capital. In fact, someone said that your network determines your net worth. How much you are worth depends on your social networks. Who do you know? Who do you relate with? How is your interpersonal relationship? Emotional intelligence. How are you able to relate with other people? It is when other people are happy that you can truly be happy. If your neighbors are not happy, somehow it will affect you. And therefore, we don't live in isolation. And it is very, very important to know that it's more blessed to give than to receive. That a bit of fragrance clings to the hands that give you losses. That's the source of joy, true joy and happiness, when you make other people happy. I still remember the song that we sang in Sunday school, that I am happy today, so happy. And the chorus says something like this, and the way to be happy is to make someone happy. Are you motivated by social interest, the interest of other people, or are you just self-centered? Lastly, spiritual interest. This is where your motivation goes beyond you, goes beyond other people to taking care or meeting the needs or being focused on the God who created you. And that's why it is written that whatever you do, don't do it as unto human beings, unto human masters. Do it as unto the Lord. That we are not just doing this for ourselves, we are doing it for God. There are three things about purpose. One, purpose is meant to serve the creator. If it's a product, it's meant to serve the one who has come up with it, the creator. Secondly, purpose is for the glory of the creator of a thing. And lastly, purpose is bigger than an individual. So we are born, we are created to serve our creator. That at the end of the day, what will make us live a wholesome life is when you are motivated by God, that our motivations are divine. They are beyond self-interest, social interest. We live for a bigger cause than ourselves. That's why Paul says, as for me to live, to die is gain, but to live is Christ. Are we ready to sacrifice our lives for God? That's a higher calling. That's a higher calling. That we have a sense of eternity. That's not just about ourselves. It's not just about other people, but it's about serving a godly purpose. It's about serving God. Because why we were created has to do with God himself. Why did God create us in the first place? Until you address that need, that aspect, then you not have a wholesome life. And I want to invite you, let your purpose be for something greater than yourself and other people. And you reach a place whereby you can talk like Paul, who said that as for me to die is gain, but to live is Christ. We need to find a godly cause that is worthy living for, that we can sacrifice our lives for it. I look at men and women who have left a worthy legacy. They sacrificed themselves. Some of them sacrificed their lives for a godly purpose, a purpose that was bigger than themselves. So, as we have looked at the motivation today, the three dimensions, the self-interest, the social interest, and the spiritual interest, let us embrace the three interests in a healthy way. Anytime you stretch it, you go to the negative side and you miss out on a wholesome living. Even the social interest, there are people who are people pleasers. That's the negative side of social interest. Even the spiritual, you can also go to the negative side whereby you miss out. So we need to have a healthy balance of our self-interest, social interest, and spiritual interest. Thank you for watching. Let's meet next time as you look into this topic of purpose. I'm your host, James Karau.